Okay, so it's been a minute, but we need to talk about Justin. Besides the whole thing with Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl and what he allegedly did to NSYNC, I mean, I'm cool with old JT. He's got great songs, great features, his movies aren't bad.
I'm not sure of what I see, you don't fuck with me. Are you telling me this?
But Justin, what is this?
Walking our way was a guy with a huge blinged out medallion. He was flanked by 2 giant security guards. Jay got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, faux shiz, genuine. What's up, homie?"
I understand why he did what he did though. He wanted to fit in with the cool kids. The cool kids being the black artists that he's looked up to for a long time. Justin's music is heavily influenced by black artists. It just makes sense. I don't think there was any malice behind that at all. I think it was a failed attempt to code switch. Code switching is when you speak differently based on your surroundings. Lots of people do it, nothing wrong with it, and it doesn't necessarily have to be race-based. You're at a job today, maybe you have a job interview coming up. We all have that customer service voice. Maybe you're around a certain friend group, so you hold back the slang a little bit because you don't want to be the slang dictionary for the next hour. Most people's first code switch is transitioning from talking to their parents to speaking with their friends.
Absolutely.
Now, are you aware of our price?
I believe this will get me through the day.
Oh, it certainly will. Now, is that for here to go?
To go. I get back to the crib.
Respect. That'll be $11.98.
Oh, that ain't even that bad.
Yeah, we ain't really in the business of running people's pockets. You sign that for me?
Even if you don't notice you're doing it, you probably are. So why do I say this is a failed attempt at code switching? Where he failed is he allegedly used an extremely bad accent, with it turning an otherwise harmless activity into something possibly disrespectful, but mostly corny. Has anyone asked Genuine what he thinks about the situation? Let's get deep. So code switching is best compared to being multilingual. Let's say I speak English and French fluently. If I were to see or come across another French speaker, I wouldn't create a whole new persona and switch personalities in order to have a conversation, which is what he did. How he was acting was fake, or at least very, very forced. What he did was project what he thought black people sounded like and acted like, which is the equivalent of pretending to twist a fake mustache while imitating what you think French sounds like.
I'm French. Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king? What are you doing in England? Mind your own business.
You're missing the idiosyncrasies, which leaves the fluent speaker confused and you looking like an imbecile. Since he's older now, he's probably gotten a lot better at it, which is why we don't really hear much about this anymore. Maybe someone's already bent his ear about it. He like you exactly how you are. And let this be a lesson for everyone else too. It doesn't matter how you speak or how you sound, only that you do it with respect. Well, that's the video, guys. Y'all be safe. I'm kidding. Where you think you're going? You know I gotta shoehorn some movie reference in here. Today we'll be using the classic Malibu's Most Wanted. Before we get started, yes, I know this is a comedy and not to be taken seriously, but that doesn't mean I can't draw my own delusional conclusion from it. I'm also not to be taken seriously. We enter the movie following Brad, formerly known as B-Rad, a rich 20-something white man raised in Malibu. He's the son of a senator trying to be reelected, and Brad's antics and outward appearance prove less than favorable for his campaign.
My wife Bess and my daughter little Brenda.
Where's your son Brad?
Yes, sir. Where is he?
One of his campaign members has a brilliant idea.
Been brainstorming some different approaches here, and I think we might have something pretty solid.
Well, I'm all ears.
Go.
What if we give him a little dose of reality?
Let him get a first-hand look at the ghetto.
You mean have Brad actually go there?
Exactly.
When people talk about this movie, they often refer to it to insult someone putting on a front, often implying that they're acting black. But I would say that B-Rad, I'm not gonna call this man B-Rad, that Brad, played by Jamie Kennedy, is more so imitating a rapper than he is a black person. Or more so, he is imitating a black person being a rapper. Does that make sense?
What do you want out of life?
To be the biggest rapper there ever was.
And I don't think he knows it's offensive because he adopted all this stuff out of love. That's his only real flaw. He's ignorant, not malicious, and definitely not racist. He's not even the left-leaning virtue signaling type of racist, the type that says degrading things about or to blacks under the guise that they're helping you because they know better than you. Let's take a look at his childhood. His parents were not around when he was young, and he was raised by the television and the music that he listened to since he was 3. A 3-year-old is a sponge.
I had these beats in my head since I was a little shouty.
So is this really his fault that he acts this way? I also don't think he's seen many black people in his life, other than this housekeeper, who seems to be the closest thing to an actual mother that he has. That's Justin. Well, not exactly that, but you know what I mean. He was such a fan that he thought, oh shit, I have to say something. Let me show him being genuine, that I'm cool just like him. And it went fucking horribly. Or did it? I mean, he doesn't actually say what happened during the conversation, but it sounds crazy, which is what we're here for.
When I first met Tim, my relationship with Tim's music had gone back to, like, it went back to when I heard The Bachelor and Super Duper Fly, like those two albums. And then you started hearing about like the whole Virginia Beach and y'all coming up, and then the Aaliyah stuff, obviously. So I was 13 or 14, and I remember saying to my mother, I was like, I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna work with him.
On a side note, y'all ever notice how much Tim tries to keep his top lip down? It's because he got them long ass gums underneath there. Lord forgive me. As a matter of fact, the only acting that Brad does is when they put what he thinks is a real gun to his head, tells him to act white, which he does his best.
Sick of playing game with you, snowflake. All right, now I'm gonna give you 5 seconds for you to be real. I'ma beat that ass to the curb.
What you mean, be real?
You know what I mean, be white. 5.
Don't do it, bloodbath.
4.
Don't do it, bloodbath.
3.
He gonna do it, white boy.
2.
Kill him. Kill him. Okay, all right.
Okay, fellas, look. I'm really sorry, okay?
But that's just not him, which harkens back to something his surrogate mother said.
Hey, Gladys,
Yeah, baby.
you ever feel like you don't belong?
All the time. Most folk only feel comfortable around folk that's the same as them. They get around folk that's different, get all scared and angry, want to keep them down.
What do you do about it?
Nothing to do, but keep it real and be proud of who you are.
And comfortable, he clearly is.
Hey, how you feeling now, Malibu?
Like I'm home.
Hardcore nigga!
Too comfortable, but still not malicious, just ignorant. Here's my issue. People keep saying that he was acting black. Again, I beg to differ. He was going based off the only example that he had, which was music and probably movies. And just like Brad, he's doing an impression. He almost has on a costume. During the movie, we can see one man in the office actually does get offended when the other black dude implies that he's acting black.
Give him a little taste of what the thug life is really like. It might just scare the black out of him.
Excuse me?
Because if we say he's acting black, then that means this is how everyone in the room believes black people are, when in actuality they haven't ran into any other black person that speaks like Brad or acts the way that he does. At the end of the movie, we see he's the same exact person. So yeah, that was him. He just cut it back a little bit. Again, this is a comedy, probably not meant to be critiqued the way that I'm doing it, but here we are. When you really think about it, this is kind of how today's youth is. With the introduction of rappers and hood activities to the internet, many kids who have grown up in the suburbs have picked up on vernacular and mannerisms that used to be exclusive to rap and gang culture. Now these young adults and kids believe that they know what it is to live that lifestyle. Then that mixes with the fact that some of these kids' only interaction with black people is through music. And in turn, you get a bunch of kids who believe they know what it is to be black, and even sometimes believe that they're blacker than the black people that don't act how they do.
You suck, and I'm harder than you, and I'm more hood than you, and I can say nigga over you. I don't give a fuck if your skin's a little tanner than mine, duck ass nigga.
But that's not Brad, and that's not Justin. Love Justin Timberlake's music. He has his flaws, but you know, who doesn't? Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Comment anything at all. It'll help me out. Y'all be safe.